Welcome back for another video. It's not that exciting. Today we're going to be talking about Vapers Tongue and palate cleansers. Now as vapors, unless you're a new vapor, we've all experienced this issue one time or another, and if you're new, you're probably going to face this. We have some great juice that's absolutely fantastic, but because of Vapers Tongue, we can't taste a damn thing. I don't know about you, but this is irritating as shit to me. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about all the ways that problem can be rectified. Today we're going to be talking about the tongue, a muscular organ generally found inside the mouth, and in some cases, outside, i.e. if you're an exhausted dog, or maybe Miley Cyrus. Now some of you may be asking, what the hell is Vapers Tongue? Well, Vapers Tongue is generally summed up as a lost sense of taste. This can happen for many reasons, but the most common are, number one, vaping the same flavor too damn much. This happens a lot, actually. Number two, this is the most common in vaping, and that would be dehydration. Number three is damaged taste buds. And number four, which a lot of people overlook, is being sick. And the last one, number five, which used to be my situation, but not really. Anyway, drugs. That's right, drugs are bad. Okay. Well, at least for your taste buds. Palate cleansers are often used outside of vaping between wine, cheese, or other strong flavor tastings. It's defined as a neutral flavored element in food that enables to clear the palate from one flavor to another. That's probably the best way to describe it. You know, in cultures around the world where diversity of flavors in dishes is customary, it really is, palate cleansers really are an essential part of that experience. And it's no different in vaping. Palate cleansers are going to help you immensely when mixing e-liquid as well. If you want a clear palate and regain the ability to taste that fantastic liquid again, or just to formulate liquid, these methods will probably, hopefully, fix that right up for you. Now, a lot of people who vape tend to suggest menthol or cooler flavor liquid to rinse the palate. All too often, though, most people don't have a spare bottle of menthol or Coolada just lying around. I mean, as sad as it may be, a lot of people today still, I'm going to try and make you guys mixers, but unfortunately, sad enough, a lot of people don't mix their own e-liquid at this point. So what other ways can help people get rid of Vapers Tongue? Now, obviously, there's the option of going out and buying a cool e-liquid, but what if that's not an option? What if you're just a cheap-ass mofo who doesn't want to go out and spend money? Our sense of taste is tied very closely to our sense of smell. As you can see in the diagram that I'm going to show on the screen here, when we taste something, we actually are experiencing a combination of two sensations, that's taste and smell. Well, for this reason, a lot of people tend to recommend the old nose in the coffee grain trick. Fresh coffee beans are often olfactory cleansers. While this does have positive effects on Vapor Tongue, it doesn't always clear it up. This is because you're cleansing your nasal path, which is directly related to taste, but it isn't clearing the other major component, and that's your actual taste buds. Aside from that, not everyone is into stuffing their face into a bag of coffee grains. A study published in 2009 revealed whole milk is an effective palate cleanser. You may have heard this before. This is especially true if you're a vapor that enjoys spiced e-liquid. I do, for one. I mean, I like a variety in my e-liquid. You're probably the same, so you may deal with that in the future. The fat in the milk helps neutralize the spices left behind on your taste buds, and the thick texture of milk can coat your mouth and act as a cooling agent. It's pretty cool shit, right? Now, this method, albeit an odd food, most of us probably don't have it lying around in our home or in our cupboard, but pickled ginger is often used to cleanse the palate. Now, what the hell is pickled ginger? I was completely lost as to what it was too, so it's not uncommon that you don't know what it is, but it's primarily available in Japanese restaurants. The pink strips of the root are usually served with sushi. So if you're a sushi fan, you've probably eaten this before, but to cleanse and renew the palate between bites. So the roots are soaked in vinegar, and that vinegar reacts with the ginger to remove the residuals in your mouth. Now this next one is pretty common, and you may have read or heard this one before, but crackers are actually one of the best ways to cleanse your palate. Unsalted crackers. Let me be very clear about that. Salt can alter your taste palette or your taste buds, and you obviously don't want that, so try to keep it plain Jane and as bland as possible. Unsalted crackers can be your friend in mixing, in vaping, period. Now, speaking of bready elements, a plain bagel and water at room temperature can be much more accessible to you and just as effective at resetting the palate back to square one. You can also smell the bread to give your nose a bit of a refresh, but avoid cold water. I really want to make this a point here. You want to avoid cold water as the temperature can numb your palate and dull the sensitivity of your taste buds. Probably makes sense as you're hearing that. Swishing and gargling room temperature water, like a bottle of water that's been sitting around, can be great for springing those taste buds back to life. For the next one, I'm gonna bet you probably didn't see it coming, but some wine and cheese tasters swear by beer. Preferably of the cheaper variety. Busch, Budweiser, Coors, things like that. So now, you've got one more excuse for the wife as to why you're knocking back cold ones with your buddies on the weekend. This last one is, of course, subjective. I have to add this to keep it a true and honest video, but it is in no way fact. I couldn't find any factual data to back this one up, but it does work pretty well for me, and it's a pretty cool reason to drink nonetheless. Am I right? Now, these last few, I'll just kind of sum up with common sense ways you should already be on top of. You should always rehydrate, always drink water or some kind of beverage. Juice works good too. When vaping, don't vape the same damn flavor all the time. You have to switch it up. I know you love that vanilla custard, but for God's sake, give it a rest and try something else. And for the love of God, I have to mention this. Please use proper dental hygiene. We've got enough people running around smelling like stank ass. You're repping the vape community, so keep a fresh grill, right? So anyway, that's my list of palate cleansers. Let me know if you use any other methods that work for you and may help others out. I actually have a hot cinnamon drink that I usually drink. It's got ginger, cloves, and other things in it. It's pretty damn good. But that also works pretty well for me in between mixes and things like that. I'll include that in the description below. But until next time, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to move on to the next video. I know I've been a little sporadic these days, but things have been really hectic. I've been busy. I'm not going to make that same spiel that I've made 1,000 times, but you guys know what life is like. So until next time, I'm going to move on into the next video. Klaus Loop.